Hello everyone, my name is Kode, and today we're going to be playing a bit more of Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we did, oh boy, Sarava, his name was, their name was. I gotta get used to that. But we finally moved on from Volume 2, and now we're going to Volume 3. And hopefully this one is as good as everyone says it is. We'll be starting with, I think her name is Skylla. I actually think this is new. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, all slips through your fingers, becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planes and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You're on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you're fully healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. You're almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you soldier on your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? And yeah, I think we'll be doing Skylla Corriga, her name is. From what I know, she's pretty much just a country girl, and that's all you really need to know, I guess. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills, a huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows, way bigger than you've ever seen in the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could be your flesh beginning to sizzle. Fantastic! You love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They're all nocturnal to avoid brutal, daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades. You appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck. You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has left you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival shit. It's trying to fish you've stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. You wish that someone had mentioned a death sign between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be a shimmer of sunlight on glass. A window? A solar panel. You can seriously clean up your renewable energy on this planet. Did you change your trajectory and go towards the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Okay. We're saving. Yes, this music is very, southern heavy. Let's go towards the shimmer. Yeah, we'll do that instead of forgetting it, I guess. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack towards a distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor. You focus on staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming, whatever. God, the sun though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. Then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure. Let out a yelp of anguish, pounding at the door. At least you hope it's the door. What in the world? There we go, it's Skylla. The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Less darkness comes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. Hold on, lady. Get him some room. A pair of hands help sit you up gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes. One upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong or you're just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of a long table. Utteringly, you begin to explain yourself, that you're an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. Well, bless your heart, but hold on a tick. Dinner is about to burn. And as your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Is it going to be actual good food this time? Honey should blunder here just like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we have any sort of guess when Imperial drones are out to rob us. You rub at your watering, slowly clearing eyes. When you look back up, Red Square finally comes into focus. He's tall, taller than anyone you've met here, you think. Also maybe a bit older? They're an expert in troll physiology. She just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringe jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the way, my name is Skylla. Pleasure to meet you. This here's Lady. Oh yes, that's... okay. She looks down, and at first you think she means the table. But then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. You jolt so hard you almost fly backward off your goddamn chair. Well there, no need for theatrics. That's a disturbing dog, I would jump too. Look at the eyes. Looks like it was a little like one of those Lassie dogs with a pointed nose, except enormous and pure white. Its barks practically shook the whole house. Hey there, lady. No to be rude. They've clearly had one hell of a time and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them. Skylla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with her thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business, you hear? You swallow and nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging. Ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skylla sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's been sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake, golden brown and crispy at the edges. Oh, it's just like a normal pancake? I hope it is. There's boiled tree blood too, if you like. Also churned dairy product. She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. Man, everything here has a really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skylla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were only out in the light of dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct upturning sunlight besides Jade-bloods. No offense, but you certainly ain't any Jade-blood that I've ever seen. First I thought you were some sort of mutated Lucis because you don't have the horns and you were grunting and yipping up a storm back there. You're an alien, right? Don't worry. I won't call the drones. I'd best get used to being around aliens anyway, seeing as how I'm going to be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next sweep. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you need to specify that anymore? This is natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for our guest? No offense, but you smell like a used one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring. But you've been burned before, and cut, and generally kicked around by fate. Tough world out there, but you want to trust Skylla. I wonder if it's Skylla or it's Skylla. I don't know. Lady takes a bucket in her muzzle and runs out into the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog. Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. Lucy are fine and go inside for a little while in the daylight. Your cards reflect light or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I don't exactly know from my scientific acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart from where you're standing. As cynical as you're becoming, you just can't help trying to be your friend. She's so nice and, wow, really pretty. I thought that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more skilled than they were not to notice that. That's nice of you to say. It wouldn't really matter if I was a bona fide genius. One of my cast could never hope to rise up in the ranks. As you can hope for hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she's thinking about joining the military, but just then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and Lady's frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no, not now. What the hell's going on? Oh, bandits, okay. Goddamn Lewis's thieves. I don't get the chance to ask anything else before Skylla turns towards the door, throwing up an arm and blazing white light pours in. Oh god, she's gonna go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Saving again. We'll help her. What the hell? You've already experienced the Alternian sun. It sucked a whole lot. Maybe now it'll suck less because how bad it sucked then. Just a sliding scale of suckage. Skylla plunges out into daylight in the direction of the commotion, and like a big dumb asshole, you barrel out in the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise, it still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a fucking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up on your arms to block the glare. Following the dust, Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this fuckery, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them. All of them trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big fake looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. But these guys had probably not been experiencing a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla, who is frankly fucking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like a dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. Holy fuck. You've never been in a fight before, a fucking all-out brawl, but it's scary, and now you're in the thick of it, it's also kinda awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. Just gotta get into the swing of things, take no prisoners, kill or be killed. Hell yeah. Kill or be killed. Is that an Undertale reference? You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hit your fist more than it hurt the troll. But it does throw them off balance for long enough for Skylla to smash the butt of her gun into the side of their head. Yeehaw! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs and a bunch of bandits try to dog down a giant monster. You love this girl. In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes up behind Skylla, and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of the uniform and suplexing them into the dusty ground. She wills on them with her bare hands. God. She's really hot. Get lady. Get lady is what she's saying to me. Alright. You stumble over to where the Lucius is thrashing inside a big black neck. I don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. It's over fast after that. How they even get lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like big chew toys. The remaining 5 who are still standing jump into their weird little dune buggies and make tracks, emphasis on the word bug. They look like skeleton little beetles. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, I hear? Tell the rest of them why don't you fuck over with a Rusty's ranch. You stand silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You are awesh in heady victory, kicking like a lunatic, before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your fucked up ribs and recent blood loss. The Alternian sun beats down, and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11. Well there, are you okay? Skylla is swaying too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers. But she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady, Come here, girl. Oh, you're just gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape swoops, going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. And we did it. We got a friend. Get up. New best friend? Holy shit. That makes me so happy. You absolutely can't die here. No one would make me such an amazing friend. Somehow the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard and towards the house. Hive. You're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean at Skylla. When you start to fall back, Lady's there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's such a good Lucis. I wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle's dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. Holy shit. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, your species ain't really suited for this kind of environment, huh? Aim is seeing in the dark. Demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've got a hat with the tables. You are sworn enemies at this point. Please don't knock down my nutration platform. I built it myself. Sounds exhausted, but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug. That sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck's a colony of fire ants. Oh yeah, it feels real bad, don't it? Well, there's only one cure for sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this next level of friendship stuff. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you're ever going to get all your vision back. Maybe you're just blind for life. You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic, and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. You know, that would be stupid. Terezi. Here we go. My coop isn't huge, but you're kind of scrawny. Actually, why did I fucking say Terezi? Because Terezi is like taste. I'm a fucking moron. My coop isn't huge, but you're kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have been fucked more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off. You were seriously not getting into my ribcoon with those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what these clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you're not so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. Might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a ribcoon is. Really? And what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling, followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird gloop gloop, like someone getting into a bathtub, only thicker. The troll didn't have soap, well, I don't rightly know what happened. I reckon it wouldn't be great. You could speed the healing process for burns and small wounds. Not sure what's going to do to your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see how it's going to make it any worse. You tell Skylla that in your experience, things can always get worse, especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing but a little self-deprecating humor is an A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skylla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I process any sort of pale salutation. Or flesh, for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got one coop. Right, okay, yeah, you can totally do this. You can make this not weird. Of course, you trip taking off your goddamn pants and Skylla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. We did it. That's a weird one. Well, we actually did it like the first time, but we still have to look at the other ones, the other choices. Let's not go towards it, let's forget it. Honestly, you probably will see this one coming. We're just fucking burned. Now, let's do this one where we try to stop her. Skylla is bigger than you, and she has the strength of both Desperate and a superior genome, so don't feel great about your chances. But you have to try. Skylla is too upset to be careful. You have got to stop her from hurting herself. You stumbled into her house all gross and pathetic and alien. She didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes, for Christ's sake. Grub cakes, whatever. And isn't for just a son? From the number of voices, there got to be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You're not behind her and hook your arms under hers, hauling her back by the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow into your aching ribs. Let me go! You don't understand, we'll take her! Oh no. You hold grimly on, going limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. Your wheezing breaths, you tell her she can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you never were surprised if you'd been later than dawn? You probably aren't making much sense, especially me stuttering back there. But you keep up a stream of worthless bullshit until something catches. Would your losers really want this for you, Skylla? Would Lady really want you to sacrifice yourself for her? Skylla goes rigid, and then all the fight just drains out of her like a blood down a drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch the lady thrashing her huge black net as several of the figures haul her away. The sun is too bright to see them clearly, while they appear to be herding more white creatures out of a paddock into the collection of vehicles. The herd. So quietly, you feel like you feel it more than hear it. You continue to watch as the lady is packed up into one of the vehicles and they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust at that glimmer in the brutal sun. Let me go now. I'm gonna throw myself into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize how tight you're holding onto her and loosen your arms, pulling away and sitting up. Skylla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair into face to hide it. That makes your heart hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be. Before you say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through a door, further into the house. The only option, give her some space. So, you decide to mind your own business. Well, you do try the door, but it's locked. Best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First you shut the door to keep that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored. The shapes unusually organic. Someone is worryingly scuttling and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're just trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water into the dirty dishes when Skylla comes back out. Her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't you worry about that. You're gonna break something. She places one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets of her fingers. I've never taken those fellas by myself, especially not in broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping in and stopping me. How's over or not? You're not accepting your thanks. It doesn't seem overwrought anymore, just numb. It's not even a legitimately terrible situation. Not even a dumb zany way like all the other horse shit that's happened to you recently. I wonder who those guys even were. Lucis thieves. They'd come before, but always at night and never in such large numbers. So the lady and me could always take them. Never expected anything like this. When they come out in force like this in the middle of the day. He sits down at the table, putting her elbow in a patch of syrup he missed. You offer her the dishcloth, and notice several little discolored patches on her arm. Looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door in like a minute and a half. Really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous shit on your short span on this planet. Injuries and lots of added insults to those injuries. But the time you spent with Skylla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't know what to say to help her. You weren't actually her friend. You weren't even the same species. The two Lucis relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be a combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets a little light enough to venture outside and you follow Skylla out to the empty paddock. There's nothing out here but a broken fence and trampled ground. Lots of kids lose a loose eye. It's a part of life. We've been heading into the ordeal's next sweep anyway. I've never seen her again. At least I've gotten a chance to say goodbye, you know? It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet seems to be terrible things happening. Then again, you guess it's sort of true on your planet too. Existence is just a goddamn mess. Try to give her the most understanding look you can. Just a really good and supportive friend face. You're killing it. But Skylla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reading through her jacket and pulling out her phone. What the hell? The palm husk is blowing up. Oh god. Skylla drops her phone into the dirt and clasps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and swims your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love what's on the screen. There's a troll in a mask holding a gun on a lady who is still in that net, baring her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text that you can't read. Hey, how can you understand that alternating spoken language but not the written? You just have to think about it too hard. Waste of time. Send a ransom demand. You say if I can't pay, they'll sell her. Trulus are valued for their strength all over the galaxy. The heiress knows about the black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut. You ask her how much the ransom demand is for, as if you have a penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without telling the exchange rate to an Earth money. You're just mocking me. They know all bronze blood can't afford this. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm. She looks at you with big, watery eyes, and you brace for her to fall into her arms sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it. I thought you're tied to promenade on all this pain, but you're pretty sure that offering comfort in a time of crisis is the first-class ticket to Friendsville. Instead, Skylla gives you a hard shove backward. Take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your ass. Something switches underneath you, a combat or something alive. I'm not really sure you prefer, honestly. Sorry, I didn't actually wish you that hard. Your speech seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now, especially not from you. She stands framed between the 2 moons. Some trick of perspective making her look just as distant, just as sad. Just that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Had Skylla been lying to you before she said she doesn't blame you? She'd even thank you for stopping her from killing herself. No, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Looking at you reminds me of losing Lady, and I don't think it'll ever change. Sorry. I really was hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anybody out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. I just don't think it's gonna work out. If you start walking now, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's a Jade Blood calling nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistance on them. Bye. You leave your proverbial tail between your legs, and the last glimpse you get of Skylla as she's standing next to the empty paddock, staring at the ground. That's a very depressing ending. Because there's, you know, the other path that's like way fucking better. Like everything goes right in that. And this is just depressing. But that is Skylla, and next we have the Jade Blood Troll. I think it's going to be the first in this Friendsim series, and we'll probably be doing that tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love it if you left a comment or something, talking about how much I stutter, or how much you like me, or how much you fucking despise me. I mean, I appreciate all those because it's just fun to see. But anyway, this is it. Have a good day.